Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Achila Yana, and if you're new here, welcome. As you can see from my community tab from the past week, I've discussed women's health, including the topic of abortion, which I know many people disagree with. So if the idea of women having autonomy over our own reproductive health bothers you, don't be afraid to skip this video. On the other hand, if you're not afraid, you probably understand the importance of women's health, especially you melanated Indigenous women's health. Our mortality rates when it comes to childbirth are skyrocketing. Sexual education is in shambles, and I believe it is more important now than ever to speak about this issue. The spread of misinformation about Indigenous American women's health bothers me so much that I had to make this video. Someone told me that Indigenous women did not use contraception before colonization, which is not true. Instead, some herbs were used to prevent pregnancy, and this has been documented throughout history. The reality of pharmaceuticals providing oral birth control pills is new, but the concept and practice of contraception are not. Indigenous women use contraception in various ways to avoid pregnancy, and some Indigenous women even use certain herbs to have an abortion. I understand that abortion is a sensitive subject, and many people use their religion or the Bible as a moral compass to justify their opposition to abortion. However, many Indigenous people did not regard abortions or contraception as a lack of morality before and during colonization. Of course, some Indigenous men disagreed, let alone other community figures, but women continued to use these herbs for their reproductive health, and rightfully so. Furthermore, I was taught about one of these herbs I'm going to mention as a child, but I had no idea it was a form of birth control or could help with reproductive issues. So let's get into Indigenous reproductive health and autonomy without further ado. First and foremost, I like to define birth control for y'all guys first. The act of preventing pregnancy is known as birth control. Medication, procedures, devices, and behaviors are examples of methods. Condoms are one of the methods, and the 1960s oral birth control was introduced in the United States to prevent pregnancy. However, something similar to this has existed in Indigenous cultures for a long time. Plant-based methods such as ingesting herbs, tinctures, and even concoctions, okay? I will go over 5 herbs that Indigenous American women use for contraception and even abortion. First up, yellow spine thistle. These flower heads are broad and brush-like and are native to the central United States. It has long been used in medicinal remedies by Indigenous Americans. For example, the Zuni tribe used it for various purposes, including contraception and treatment of syphilis and diabetes. Number 2, antelope sage. This herb is a wild buckwheat species known as James buckwheat, native to the southwest of North America, including the states of Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Nebraska. It was frequently used as a contraceptive by Aboriginal Americans, including the Navajo. During menstruation, the women would drink 1 cup of a decoction of the root. A decoction of the entire plant has also alleviated childbirth pain. If you're liking the information I'm giving in this video already, be sure to give me a thumbs up, and also be sure to check out my genealogy organizer. I hear a lot of times y'all having a hard time keeping up with your genealogy research, so my genealogy organizer will be perfect for you. It's on Amazon, and you can find it in the description box below. Now let's continue with the video. Number 3, stone seed. It is native to Western Canada and the Western United States, where it can be found in many habitats. This plant was used as a contraceptive by several Indigenous American tribes, including the Navajo and Shoshone. Shoshone women of Nevada reportedly drank a cold water infusion of stone seed roots every day for 6 months to ensure permanent sterility. Also, studies on mice showed the plant reduced their fertility. Number 4. American mistletoe. The American mistletoe species is native to the United States and Mexico. Indigenous Americans use this plant in similar ways to treat high blood pressure, lung problems, epilepsy, headaches, abortions, and as a contraceptive. The root was frequently used by the Mendocino Indians to induce abortions and to prevent contraception. And the last one, number 5, which is my favorite, the red Indian paintbrush. The Indian paintbrush wildflowers grow in forest clearings and grasslands across the western and southwestern United States. It's native to Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. The flowers of the Indian paintbrush are edible and sweet and were used as a condiment with other fresh greens by various Indigenous American tribes. However, if these plants' roots or green parts are consumed, they can be extremely toxic. On the other hand, if only the flowers are eaten in small amounts and in moderation, it has similar health benefits to consuming garlic. The decoction of this plant has been used to treat excessive menstrual discharge and other menstrual issues and prevent conception. During pregnancy, a decoction of the leaves was used to keep the baby small, resulting in an easier labor. In addition, the plant was used by Nevada Indian tribes to treat sexually transmitted diseases and boost the immune system. Hopi women drank a tea made from the entire Indian paintbrush to dry up the menstrual flow. I ate this plant growing up. My uncle told me about it and told me to only eat the leaves. I had no idea that it could be used as a contraceptive measure and even help women's health, aka our reproductive health. It's funny how things unfold over time. I did not know until several years ago when I came into Indigenous spirituality that the red Indian paintbrush is very sacred and it could be used for a lot of different things. This is all I have to say for now. Of course, I have told y'all the 5 herbs that Indigenous women use for contraception and even can be used for abortion. I know this topic is very, very touchy, but I felt like it needed to be said because it was just too much misinformation going around about what we did and what we didn't do. But best believe we did, and we done did it, and we probably gonna do it again. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. It goes a long way to like this video. It will help other people find information that may be useful to them. So please remember to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button, all notifications, to get notified when I go live and when I post a new video. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next time, bye.